Good evening, all. I started a few seconds early. Thought I'd catch you all a little off guard. How's your week been? Mine's been a week. Very wet here in the UK at the moment. So after an unseasonably dry beginning to autumn, we're now being washed away, which is typical Britain. Typical Britain. Hello, Dungeon Crawlers Level 1. Hello, Thief Keith. How are you both doing? I saw your review of X4 Dungeon Crawlers, and I agree with what you say. I don't know if you saw my review on it, but people do run it down a little bit because it can be quite linear. But yes, it's a largely event-based module, but the events work, and the events are interesting, and it ends with a great dungeon crawl. So it's a really good adventure. Really good adventure. Hello, Iman. Hello, Mercurius. How are you all? G'day, mate. So, anyone got any gaming they want to tell me about? We played a bit of Call of Cthulhu last weekend. I ran 4 complete novices, or almost novices, through an adventure, and they didn't succeed. They didn't succeed, but it was one of those solutions where you've got to really be thinking very thoroughly from the start, and they dived in a little bit quickly, didn't do enough preparation, and they were on the back foot from that moment onwards. So 3 characters died, 1 limped back to town, very wet and bruised. We've got a farm foods just nearby, so I'm going to test to see if the stream bot's working, because I have put in this one. Does it work? Don't know. I haven't even had a message that the stream bot has started. There we go. Yeah, it works. There we go. Okay. What other ones did I put in? What other ones? There we go. I put in that one. I edited it so it should work. Yeah. I'm trying to think what other things I've put in recently. And I've put in. Does my edit of this one worked? No, that one was working before. It's this one. This one I had to edit. That one I had to edit because it didn't like the correct spelling of half-wit. Yeah, it filters out half-wit. Oh dear. Anyway, I'm just going to dig my book out, and I think we better get started, because we've got to die soon, haven't we? As simple as that. I picked half-wit, Iman, because I think it's a much better insult than dimwit. Half-wit, I think, is a great. It's not as good an insult as fuckwit, but let's face it. Cheers, Christopher. Right. Anyhow, do you remember where we all got to? Yeah, that would probably work. Probably work, Mercurius. That'd probably work. That's what you'll be saying when you die, because I think you've already condemned yourself in this book. So, yeah. Yes, indeed. So, where were we? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We tried to go out the front door. Are we restarting by the window? Are we definitely restarting by the window? Is that what you want to do? Start from page 385. 385. Oh, yes, this was leave. Okay, so what had we found? This is after we'd found the healing potion, 385, isn't it? Staff. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna use the same stats. And we've got one fear point at this point. So we have skill maximum 11. We're currently at 8 because we haven't got a weapon. Stamina, we have 17, not lost any. Luck, we have 10, not lost any. Fear, we have a maximum of 12, and we've had 1. We've got the yellow potion, which protects us from 2 hits, 2-hit protection. I think that's it. I think that is it. That's a fair place to start. It gives us a chance because we weren't perfect until that point, but you don't have to be perfect at the start in order to complete the book. It just makes it a little bit easier. But yeah, we'd gone generally the right way, but we made the decision to go down the stairs too soon. So yeah, this is the bit where we go to leave the room and we hear 2 people out on the corridor. So if you remember that bit, that's a good. Iman's picked a good place to start from. So 385 is suddenly your ears prick up at the sound of footsteps coming closer. You nip into the shadows and wait. The footsteps stop outside the door, and you can hear 2 voices talking. Hadn't we better ask the master's permission? One asks. Maybe you're right. And we'd better get a light for the lamps. You breathe a sigh of relief as the footsteps disappear off in the direction you approach the room. You decide it is best to leave before they return, and you open the door onto the landing. The safest way to go, it strikes you, is away from the 2 visitors who may return at any moment. So we approached this room from the right, didn't we? So that we go left. So we're back up on the top landing. We never went through the front door. There was another door a couple of meters up the landing on the left. This is the door to the Mephisto room. Shall we enter Mephisto? Or shall we pass it and head towards 2 doors in the corner of the landing? So, do we go into the Mephisto room or do we walk straight past? I seem to remember Mephisto not being useful, but I think we have to do the window bit again, aren't we? Head towards the 2 doors. Walk past. Yes. Just want to know, Dungeon Crawlers, if you're going to be doing a review on the Temple of Death soon, it'll be interesting to see how our opinions line up, because I did a review of that a while back, and I think it's one of the few videos that has cost me subscribers. But hey ho. So when are you planning on doing a Temple of Death review? Let us know. Or if you've already got it done and about to post it, oh, what? Okay. I'll. Is it gonna be ready for tomorrow morning so I can watch it at work? Yeah, it's odd which videos gain me subscribers and lose me subscribers. Some of my most viewed videos initially gained me 4 or 5, and then I dropped back down to level, which means others have quit due to it. I don't know. They couldn't handle the truth. Thing is, I wasn't that harsh on Temple of Death. I saw the good sides of it, but I don't think it's as good as X4 because it feels incomplete, but there's good bits in it. Anyhow. Right. Oh, Daniel's arrived. Hello, Daniel. How you doing? Right, so we go past head toward 2 doors on the corner of the landing. Exactly. The thing to do with reviews, just be honest. Be objective, be honest. Or be as objective as you can be. No reviewer can ever be 100% objective because it's down to personal opinions and personal preferences. But you try to be objective. You try to be honest about how well things work. And I think I gave Temple of Death about 7 out of 10. About that. So it's decent. You walk up to the 2 doors in the corner of the balcony. The one on your left is named Balthus, and the one in front of you has no name. Do we go into the Balthus room? Do we go through the other door, or do we ignore these and continue round the landing? Got to get ready for a wedding. Oh, joy. My thing about weddings, I mean, when me and the wife got together, we went to quite a few weddings for mostly my university friends, and all in different parts of the country. There was one in a castle up in Scotland, which was lovely, and just dotted all around the country, but they all followed very much the same formula. And we were talking about them. It was like, remember when we spoke to so-and-so at so-and-so's wedding? Oh, no, that was at so-and-so's wedding. Oh, was it? And it all seemed to blend into one. And that's one reason why me and the wife decided to go and get married in Mauritius. And it was cheaper. It cost us about 10% of the price of a wedding in the UK to have 10 nights in Mauritius and get married on the beach. So, the way to do it. And we said to various members of friends and family, we're having a party afterwards. You're all welcome to come to that. And you're welcome to come to the wedding if you want. But you've got to pay for your own ticket and your own flight. You've got to get yourselves over there, and you can book yourselves into the hotel as well. So we're not paying for any of that. But in the end, there was 11 of us went, and it was really, really, really nice. Anyhow, no name door. Okay. Turn to 86. Is this the door I think it is? Oh, no. The door opens into a narrow passageway which ends at a window. There's a door halfway along the left-hand side, and a sign on the door identifies this as the Diabolus room. Shall we try this door, or shall we investigate the window instead? Or shall we go back to the landing? Diabolus, window, or landing? Investigate the window. Window. Evening, Jeb. You've snuck in. Window. Nice cup of tea tonight. Tea. You see me reflected in my tea, and my tea will be reflected in my tea. One of those confusing things. Window it is. Yeah, of course it's a window. We know that's the right way. Curtains are drawn across the window and you approach cautiously. You gingerly pat the folds in the curtain and are relieved to find nothing there. Although they seem to be safe, you are still on your guard as you draw them apart. As you do so, a thunderclap booms outside and makes you jump. But you are safe. A perfectly ordinary window is uncovered. However, the heavy iron bars on the outside are a little worrying. Through the window, you can see nothing but the rain running down the pane of glass. But curiously, the rain is avoiding one area. Could it be that the wind is blowing the rain away from the corner? You bend down to take a closer look. Written in the condensation which has formed on the glass is a message. You read 3 words: Mordana in Abaddon. You repeat this message to yourself and then rub it off the window, in case anyone else should see it. The message may be useful to you and you will realize when it is. So, I'm going to put that down again, Mordana, and it says turn to 88 when that happens. Now you must head back to the landing and turn left. 193. A short distance further on, you come to the top of the main staircase, which leads downwards. Do you wish to go downwards? Do you want to try an unmarked door, which is immediately opposite the staircase, or shall we continue around the landing? So, unmarked door or continue around the landing. Thief Keith says unmarked door. Iman says unmarked door. Diabolus sounds lovely. I'm going to do some more of the those tier list things I did a little while ago. And my next tier list one is going to be AD&D Demons and Devils. The Demon Lords and the Archdevils and the Demon Princes. And I'm going to rank them all on a tier list. Yeah, I think so. Just based on how cool they are. All top tier. No, I can't put them all top tier, but there are some crap ones. So if you've played AD&D, you know the Demons and Devils and Demon Princes, who's your favourite one? And why? Meanwhile, looks like we're going through the unmarked door. 377. In general, artwork can come into it. Powers can come into it. Do I have which original version? The original AD&D first edition. I haven't got OD&D, as in the white box, but no, I've got AD&D, the 1E, Monster Manual, Fiend Folio, and Monster Manual 2. I'll be robbing them all from then. I have to admit, I'm a bit of an Orcus fan. I'm a bit of an Orcus fan. Asmodeus, yeah, he's pretty good. I do prefer devils to demons, generally. Orcus is a bit of an exception. You step into a small storeroom and close the door behind you. There are shelves on the left and right walls on which various household objects are stored. In front of you, in the wall facing the door, is another door. What do you want to do? Shall we search through the things on the shelves? Shall we try the door opposite? Or shall we return to the landing? rock me, Asmodeus, 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 Asmodeus. Oh, the different versions of the one. I've got the one with the Sutherland artwork, the 1977 one. In terms of the cover art, I haven't got the reissued one with the Eastleigh art that came out in about 84, 5-ish. Internally, they're the same though. It's just the external artwork that's different. I think mine's a 6th or 7th printing, hardback of the Monster Manual one. I haven't got any of the valuable printings, the early printings, because they did a lot of printings in about 6 months, correcting things on the cover and stuff like that. So, shelves, door opposite, or back to the landing. 2 votes so far for shelves. The AD&D books I got rid of almost all of my AD&D stuff, almost all my gaming stuff in 2000 odd. And the ones I rebought, my original Monster Manual survived my purge, so that is still my original from way back. But I rebought Player's Handbook, and that's the one with the Jeff Eastleigh cover, which is the second one. I haven't got the original one anymore. I've got also the later cover of the Dungeon Master's Guide, which is the one with the robed figure opening the doors, not the one with the Ifrit. I've got the Fiend Folio, I've got Monster Manual 2, and I've got Unearthed Arcana. Of first edition books, I didn't rebuy Manual. I haven't rebought Manual of the Planes yet. I fully intend to. I didn't rebuy Dungeoneer's Survival Guide and Wilderness Survival Guide because I don't like either book. I did. I've got a Datas and Demigods, but it's a 128-page one. It's not the 144-page one. It's in good nick though. It's worth a bit. I haven't been able to afford to buy this same Greyhawk box set that I originally had, but I did get the Gazetteer version, the earlier version. So I've got that's my version of World of Greyhawk. But I'm not interested in the later Greyhawk hardback book or the Forgotten Realms stuff or the Dragonlance stuff that came out later. I'm not got any real interest in those. And Oriental Adventures, I had it originally. I like a lot of the flavor in there, but I would never run a campaign of it, so I never rebought it. So okay, searching the shelves. 83. Various items of crockery, cutlery, and food are kept in the storeroom, including a sharp meat knife, which you might like to hide under your coat to use as a weapon in the future. Knife. Add 3 skill points in a fight. On one shelf, you also find several cloves of garlic. So we have garlic. There is also an unlabeled bottle of white liquid on another shelf. If you wish to drink the liquid, let me know. If you prefer to ignore the liquid and try the door at the back of the storeroom, say so, or go back to the landing. So drink the white liquid, try the door at the back of the storeroom, or leave back and go back to the landing. Those are your 3 options. Yeah, we're back up to initial skill now, so we've got 11 skill. There's no option to sniff the liquid. There's no try before you buy in this book. So we've got 3 for the back door, 1 for drinking, 1 for sniffing. I'm sure something rude could be made out of that. There should, yes, you're right, Mercurius. There should be. They should have more options in here, including sniffing. Yes. We're at 3-2 for back door at the moment. Iman's probably sat there with his head in his hands going, no, 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 no. No, Daniel. No, there are not. Daniel, you have earned one of these. I'm afraid you have earned one of these. That's why he was asking whether there are any of those lying around. Because it's Friday night, isn't it? Yes, Daniel, it's Friday night. We know what you do on a Friday night. You're not getting dressed up to go to a wedding at all. You're getting dressed up as your alter ego. One of these days, this fist will come out of the monitor and punch me in the face. Right, we're going to the back door. $255. Just to let you know that if you'd have drank the liquid, we'd have died. I remember that from before. You step out of the storeroom into a hallway. To your left, the hallway ends at a door which leads into the Shaitan room. Almost opposite is the Mammon room. Or we go back to the landing. Hello, squirrel. So, Shaitan, Mammon, or back to the landing. Hello, squirrel. How you doing? Iman says, go back to the landing. Back, says Thief Keef. Ah, and you have spelt Shaitan correctly. Oh, 20 days straight, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Squirrel, do they pay you well? They had better. 20 days in a row, 12 hours a day. They better bloody pay you well for doing that. You better get paid a lot more than I get paid. I'll tell you that now. Because I wouldn't do that. Unless maybe they were giving me £20 an hour, which would be £240 a day, which would be about £5,000 for 20 days in a row. I'd do that. Now, I'm always very much, I'm willing to do the hours at work as long as they respect that I have to have my own time. I have to have a firm division between work and home. I'd do it for £5,000, Jeb. £20 an hour. I'd do it. 12,000. That's pretty good, actually. That's decent. So you are getting well remunerated. Oh, Halloween. Well, Halloween this year. What night of the week is Halloween on? Halloween is on a Tuesday. Well, our Wednesday stream next week is we're going to be making Halloween monsters. I was hoping to run some Call of Cthulhu that weekend. He won't do it for a pay cut. Fair enough, Jeb. Jeb's well paid. I worked for close to minimum wage in the shop, to be honest. I've never earned good money, unfortunately. So Halloween's a Tuesday. I could run. I think I'll run a Call of Cthulhu game that night. Try and find something quite ghostly. I think that would work, wouldn't it? Halloween? Because, I mean, most of us know Ravenloft. That's the thing. I might be able to set up a one-shot. I'll have to look. I'm not working that weekend, the weekend before, so I have got some time to set something up. So I'll have a think about it. Right, anyway. We've got 2 votes for going back to the landing. Jeb Gordon wants the Shaitan door. Mercurius Olicus thinks the Shaitan door sounds nice. Does anyone else want to vote? We have options here of Shaitan, Mammon, or going back to the landing. Dungeon Crawler says landing. Because when I run sort of spooky stuff, I mean, I said it on our Wednesday night stream last week. I like to run it using a system that's not D&D, because for me, the whole thing about D&D, it doesn't really fit spooky particularly well, because you've got enough in the arsenal usually, unless you're very low level, to mitigate most of the things that should induce fear. I like Call of Cthulhu for it because you've got the fragility, you've got the insanity mechanics, and you've got that fear that your characters, if they get hit, they can go down in one blow, always. All right, back to the landing. Okay. 233. For me, I mean, I'm thoroughly enjoying our Saturday D&D games. Yes, we're using OSE, which is Moldvay Basic Expert adapted, and it's working beautifully. It's working really, really nicely for a drop-in, low-stress, friendly game that people can turn up and play for a couple of hours as and when their schedule allows. And it's been good. It's been really, really good so far. A few steps past the unmarked door is another unmarked door. Shall we try this one, or shall we ignore it and go on? So yeah, we're playing one or two D&D games in the Discord every single week. It's just that we're using OSE for it, which is just a cleaned up version of one of the original basic D&D. Go in or go on, Thief Keith? Put ear against door. It's ear seekers. I do need to run some more AD&D in the Discord at some point when I've got time. I want to run a group of players with sort of third, fourth level characters through the Sentinel and the Gauntlet for people who haven't tried modules UK2 and UK3, because it's a great little series. So that'll happen some point in the new year. Okay, so Jeb's interested in this door. Iman says to ignore it. Thief Keith says let's go on. Mercurius Orlicus says put ear against door. Can you roll me a d6, please, Mercurius, and tell me what you get? I know what's behind this door, I remember. And I will give you a listen check. So roll me a d6, Mercurius. 4. All you hear is the beating of your own heart and the gentle creaking of the floorboards beneath your feet. There is no sound from behind the door itself, not that you can discern. So, 2 votes for ignoring it, 1 vote for opening it. Need more voting. Come on, get voting. Get voting, people. Door. Move on. Right, so that's 3 votes for moving on, 1 vote for opening the door. Hello, Justin. We're going to fail now. Justin's here. He will intentionally pick all the wrong options. We know, Justin. We know. Excuse me one moment. Thought somebody was about to approach the room then, but no. Okay, so we're going to ignore it and go on. The landing turns right and a passage branches off. You may either turn left down the passageway and past a couple of doors before turning left again, or you turn right following the landing. So do we go left down this passageway, or do we turn right following the landing round? What is more likely to get us killed? Don't do that. Wink, wink. We're alive at the moment, and we are going the right way. Jeb says passage on the left. Iman says turn right and follow the landing. Mercurius says right. Everyone's out voting Jeb every time at the moment. Poor Jeb. Poor Jeb. Thief Keith says left. Right, we're at 2-2. We have a proper war on our hands. I do have company now. Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah.
Say hello. No, be shy. No. So, chat. Right follow the landing or left down this side passage. We're at 2-2. Iman is now threatening Thief Keith with violence. I have a dog as well. Evening, pup. We have an upside down dog.
Here, is yours? Where are the glasses?
Probably.
Put them over there. Yeah.
Bear with me a moment.
Are you streaming on Wednesday, streaming on Tuesday?
So, Thief Keith has changed his mind. Right, we're now at 3 for right, 2 for left. We've got quite a few lurkers tonight. Dungeon Crawlers goes to 4-2 now, so that means 3 people haven't voted. So we've 3 people lurking in the background. Right. So we go right. Turn to 272. You follow the landing round, past a wooden door which bears the name Titivilus. You may try this door, or straight ahead the landing enters a panelled wall and the passageway turns to the left. Do we follow the passageway, or do we go towards Titivilus? I thought we were looking for the Abaddon room. Do you know where the Abaddon room is? I think that's where we're looking for, isn't it? That's where Morgana is. That's where the clue says. But follow the passage. Okay, 2 for following the passage. Oh, it's further on, is it? Iman knows the way. Dog's huffing at the moment. Uff. 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 Misty's means I'm here. Fuss me. I think so anyway. So options here are Titivilus or follow the passageway. We have 2 votes for following the passageway at the moment. Thief Keith says passage as well. Okay, we're at 3-0. Votes coming into. I'm guessing a few people are still at work. Is that why? Just I'm on in the background. Is that what it is? Or you're in your car, I'm on in the background. That's how Halakar tends to do it from time to time. He's camping in the woods tonight, I think. Didn't say where. Oh, he did. Somewhere in Michigan. Right. Follow the passageway around 175. So if you're somewhere in Michigan tonight, out in the woods, and you are approached by a large old nerd, it's only Halakar. Don't be too scared. You follow the passageway around the corner to the left. Two doors face each other across the passage, and you may either try the door on the left to the Belial room, or the door on the right to the Abaddon room. Straight ahead, the passageway continues for a few meters before ending at an unmarked door. So, Belial, Abaddon, unmarked door ahead, or downstairs now. Jeb says, to the unmarked door. Okay, unmarked door, avoid Abaddon for now. Okay, we will go later. That's fair. Good evening to all of you who are lurking and not voting. Say hello. Or are you just observing? So, 4 choices. Belial, Abaddon, unmarked door, or downstairs. We have 2 votes for the unmarked door at the moment. I am now being stared at by dog. You've already had a biscuit tonight. Yes. I think that's called masochism, Iman. Thief keeps going for the unmarked. So 3 votes for the unmarked door. Hello, pup. Oh, don't fuss there. You can come and sit on my lap, but you don't like doing that. You say hello to people on the stream if you want to sit on my lap. But you won't do that. No. I'm not going downstairs. I'm not fetching a biscuit. No. You open the door slowly and carefully. The room you enter is a bedroom, which looks as though it is waiting for someone to come in and go to bed. The sheets are folded back. The fire in the fireplace is warm but dying. On the bedside table, a candle is burning, and next to it is a silver tray with a bedtime snack on it. Velvet curtains are pulled across the window, and along the left wall are fitted cupboards. The overall picture is quite cozy. Will you enter the room and investigate the bedside table? Will you enter the room and investigate the cupboards? Or are you a little suspicious of the apparent tranquility of this room and would prefer to leave? So we have the option: bedside table, cupboards, or leave. That was my attempt at dulcet tones. I probably failed. I don't know. Bedside table. Bedside table. Bedside table. Okay, anybody else want to say bedside table? It's like the chorus of a song. Bedside table then. Turn to 161. Iman says velvet curtains now. Oh, that's part of the chorus. Right. Okay. Doing bedside table. That isn't the right answer. Sorry, where were we? Where were we? Oh, 163. I'm reading 161. So anything you need to know, we've broken into a bedroom, Justin. On the bedside table are a candle, which lights the room, and a silver tray. On the silver tray is a nighttime snack, bread, jam, and tea. You can, if you wish, eat this snack. Otherwise, you can leave it and investigate the cupboards, or leave the room. So, do we eat the bread, jam, and tea? Do we investigate the cupboards, or do we leave the room? Iman says 8. I mean, that's what all the cool kids say nowadays, isn't it? Instead of eat, that's nom, nom, nom thing. Yes, I know it's an internet thing. I'm in piss-taking mood, yes. Take the food. Get that fat scram. That is what the kids say these days. And to us, Iman, you are but a child. Are you 20? Is it 28? A mere youngster. Not long out of nappies. That was last week, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Justin, it's free food. It's free food. All right, we're getting the food. Right, okay. Well, there's an option to get the food. It just says eat the food. So let's just help ourselves. You examine the tray carefully, but there seems to be nothing suspicious about it. The snack is just what you needed. You may add 4 stamina points and 1 luck point for this find. It's useless because we haven't lost any stamina or luck. When you are ready, you may either leave the room or investigate the cupboards. Leave the room or investigate the cupboards. You'd know, would you, Justin? You'd know. You. We have 2 curious people interested in investigating the cupboards. And Iman is, leave the room. Anybody else going to vote? So that I'm going to take that as a vote for cupboards then, Justin. So we're on 3 cupboards, 1 leave the room. Iman, you're being outvoted here. Last chance to vote. Any more votes before we go for the cupboard? No? Okay. We look in the cupboard. $43. That's true. That's true, Iman. Yeah. Starting at the far end, you examine the cupboards. You open the first door and find it is a wardrobe with dresses and blouses hanging inside. Oh, looks like Dungeon Crawlers is now lagging. Dungeon Crawlers, you're lagging. Hold on. Read that again. Examine the cupboards. You open the first door and find it is a wardrobe with dresses and blouses hanging inside. You open the second door and spring backwards in fright, for inside, partly dressed in tattered clothes, are 2 skeletons. Having disturbed them, by opening the door, they're coming to life before your eyes and advancing to attack. You must add 2 fear points for the shock, and you must now fight them one at a time. Skeletons in the closet. Quite literally. Okay. Those are going to be our dice. And those are going to be their dice. 9-5 is a win. 3-11 is a desperate defeat for us. 7-9, our high skill means that's still a win for us. 7-9 again. Right, that's the first skeleton done. Second skeleton. 7-4. 8-8. 5-8. That's close. That's still 16 total versus 15 total for them. That's enough. We've beaten them. You may look through the cupboards before you leave. 368. There is nothing of interest in the cupboards. You may now leave the room by turning to 243. A few steps further back down the passageway, 2 doors face each other. On the right is the Belial room, which you may enter by turning to 312. On the left is the Abaddon room, and you may try this door by turning to 335. Otherwise, you continue down around the passageway and walk downstairs. So, Belial, Abaddon, or downstairs. Yes, Justin. I don't think it was an option, though. Iman says Belial room. Okay. I know, because when you leave the Abaddon room, it sends you downstairs, doesn't it? So, yeah. This is what's awkward about this book sometimes, is that if you go one wrong choice, you don't get a chance to go back. Jeb's following him on now. You need to explore as much in the correct order. Yes. Yes, that's the thing. It's a difficult book because you've got to do it in the right order. The correct solution is quite linear. Very linear. I mean, books like Warlock and Firetop Mountain, you have to go the right route, but you get plenty of chances to crisscross and backtrack along the way. Whereas in this one, you don't. Well, Abaddon has more letters than Belial. So Belial, Abaddon, or downstairs. We'll have to compare collections at some point, Iman. I'm sure yours is more impressive than mine. Yes, I know Death Trap Dungeon. I have completed Death Trap Dungeon, but there's one point in it where you roll a 50-50. It's something like 1 to 3 west, 4 to 6 east. And if you go the wrong way there, you can't win. No matter what your stats are. I've got a few more than you then. Probably got a lot the same, to be honest. Another vote for Belial. So we're going for the Belial room. Creature of Havoc. Oh yeah, Creature of Havoc's rough. No, Death Trap Dungeon, there's one where you roll. There's a point in that where and if you go the wrong way, you can't. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. Anyway, Belial, 312. It's been a while since I played Death Trap Dungeon, to be honest. So I don't know. Well, was it? Maybe. You enter the room and study its contents. It seems that this room is used very little and is perhaps a storeroom. White sheets are covering the furniture and several large square shapes which look like boxes. Shall we rest here, or shall we look under the sheets to see what they're hiding? Rest here, or look under the sheets to see what they're hiding. I think I remember what happens here. Oh! Thank you, Dungeon Crawlers. My favourite UK module. Is that specifically the UK series or the modules that were written by the UK team? Because there was the UK series, UK 1 to UK 7. Then there was U1, 2, and 3 that were written by the UK team. And they also wrote B10. And they wrote, I8 or 9. Which one's Ravager of Time? I8 or I9? I8, I think. But my favourite module written by the UK team, in fact, my favourite in the UK series is UK 3, The Gauntlet. My favourite written by the UK team, it's a toss-up between UK 3 and U1, Sinister Secret of Saltmarsh. Were there any others? There was one more written by the UK lot, and that was Blade of Destiny. Was it the solo adventure? Blade of Destiny? Something like that. That's a ex solo or something. Sorry, I'm a nerd. Of course, they also wrote the most expensive module in, I believe, in D&D history, ST1, Up the Garden Path. It's believed there's maybe 20 copies in existence. And I've seen it sell on eBay for £3,500. And I spoke to someone over Facebook who had turned down a $10,000 offer for his copy. But thank you for that donation there, Dungeon Crawlers. That's marvellous. I hope I've answered your question. UK3, The Gauntlet, for the UK series, because it is just such a humdinger of an adventure. It's really, really good. Yeah, you agreed, Jeb. U1 is the best low-level module. It's the best low-level module there is. It's better than Village of Hamlet. It's better than Keep on the Borderlands, in my opinion. It's even better than Lost City, which I love to bits. Against the Cult of the Reptile God, another great adventure. I think it's better than that. We were lucky in that we had some very, very good low-level adventures across the B and the U series and T1, N1. Good stuff, all good stuff. Okay. We've got one vote for resting here, one vote for checking under the sheets. So we're in a room. It looks like it's a storeroom. There's some sheets covering boxes. Do we rest here or do we check under the sheets? It's up to you, voters. No problem, Dungeon Crawlers. Weather like where we are. The winds have been quite strong today. Not too bad, but it's been very wet all day. Very, very wet. It's been absolutely dead in the shop. I think I had about 6 customers all day, simply because it was horrible out. Constant rain. I had to paddle to get to my car to come home. Right, checking under the sheets. 3 for check under the sheets, 2 for rest. Check under the sheets wins. $167. Oh, hang on. Oh, Thief Keeper's come in with another rest. Right. No, that's Thief Keeper's made it 3-2. So it is 3-2. Okay. So it is check under the sheets. 167. The sheets do in fact cover up furniture and boxes. There are several easy chairs and a stylish chaise longue. And in the boxes, contain household bits and pieces. One box contains ornamental crockery wrapped up in newspaper. There is nothing unusual about any of this. Turn to 380. You keep a suspicious eye on the room while you consider your next move. Suddenly one of the sheets flaps. Was it the wind? No, you think. The air is perfectly still. You watch the sheet. Slowly it rises into the air as if it was being pulled up on a rope. Add 1 fear point. And you've got to decide quickly what to do. Do we grab the sheet or do we leave the room and slam the door firmly behind us? So grab the sheet or leave the room and slam the door firmly behind us. Those are your choices. I remember you saying in one of your videos, Dungeon Crawlers, you wanted a bit of feedback on your reviews. What I'm going to say, I like what you're saying, and I like how you say it. I think that's good. It's obvious that it's a topic that engages you. What I would like to see is I'd like to see more of you in the screen. At the moment, you're down here, you're down here, and it's like you're almost saying, I'm sitting back, I'm hiding, I'm insignificant. But look at my background. Your background is good. Your background is cool. But get yourself sat up closer to your put your head like my big fat ugly head here. Just get it in the center. That's my tip anyway. I think you sat too far back and too far down. Just get the camera on you a bit closer. Otherwise, the content is good, and I think your delivery is good. It seems a little nervous at times, but confidence, that's natural. I was nervous when I first started doing it, but confidence will come over time. But the content of what you've got in there, what you're saying, what will appeal to people is the fact that you clearly like what you're talking about. It's your thing, and that will bring people in. So just work on just getting a bit more confident and put more of you on the screen. It worked for me. I mean, it might be wrong for other people, but certainly when you see most people who are doing these reviews, you see more of them head and shoulders in the screen rather than have them hiding in the background. But it's all practice. It's all practice. No problem. I like the review. I mean, I've watched a couple of your reviews now, and they're good, solid reviews. It's obvious you know the material. It's obvious you like the material. You're enthusiastic about it, and that's what matters. Right, so we're grabbing the sheet. Also, early on as well, find a module that you don't think very highly of and review it. So get that "this is crap" review out of the way so that people know they can trust your opinion. Because if everything you review is like, this is great, people will be like, maybe he's being over positive about everything. I intentionally put in one of my early reviews, one of the modules I really don't like, and got that out there to say, yes, if a module is bad, I am going to slate it. And that module got quite a few hate votes, quite a few dislikes. People telling me I was wrong. No, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong at all. C3, Lost Island of Castanamere, is an absolute car crash of an adventure. Anyway, you walk over slowly and reach out for the sheet. It now hangs in the air well above the box it was covering. You grip it in your hand and tug it downwards. It snaps, confirming your suspicions. The sheet was being pulled by a thin strand of string. You breathe a sigh of relief. You may deduct the fear point you had just taken. Hey. But who or what was pulling the sheet? You decide not to wait to find out. Leave the room by turning to 329. You go, well, yeah, go sleep. If you've just had a big dinner, Justin, put your feet up, lie back, and snore and burp. It's Friday night. A man's got to snore and burp after a good dinner. Heavy dinner that was pierogi-centric with chicken fingers and a spinach salad. That's quite healthy. Yeah, spinach salad. Chicken. Good for you. Outside the Belial room, you have two options. Do you wish to try the Abaddon room across the way, or would you rather now head to the staircase and creep downstairs? And I will also say the review that really kicked off my channel. It's when I started looking at things that have some current relevance. I looked at X2 Castle Amber and B4 The Lost City, and they at the time they'd just been put out by Goodman Games in the original Adventures Reincarnated range, and suddenly I went from getting 30 odd views on my channel per day to over 10 times that amount in the space of a couple of months. And that's when people really started signing up, because it was something current. And yes, I was reviewing the original X2, and I reviewed the original B4, but I do mention sections of the Goodman Games one in there because I was running it at the time. And those were the two reviews that really sort of suddenly bucked the trend. And then all my older ones started getting a lot more views. Sorry, just whacked my microphone. And then suddenly all the older ones started getting more attention, and my channel went from being like that, it went like that, and then it plateaued out again. I went from about 400 subscribers to about 900 in no time, and then it just sort of flattened out. It took me ages to creep towards 1,000. Right, party on indeed, Justin. Abaddon Room. Sorry, I'm clumsy. I am clumsy. I will occasionally whack my microphone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's because I'm turning pages here. What I did notice when I recorded that video on Monday, you hear a couple of booming things in the background. I didn't hear that at all when I was recording it. That was my son coming home, closing the door to the porch. You hear him open the door to the porch, and then about a minute later, you hear him close it after he's taken his shoes off. And the microphone picked it up as this boom that I didn't notice until I played the finished video back, having already uploaded it. You enter a bedroom which is lit by a single candle burning by the bedside. A heavy, musty odour hangs in the air, which could come from all the plants which are standing in pots on the mantelpiece, bedside table, dressers and shelves. Whoever used this room certainly liked plants. But another sight catches your attention and stops you in your tracks. Asleep in the bed is an old woman. It seems that she has not heard of you, for she has not moved since you entered the room. Do you wish to leave her in peace? Shall we walk over and wake her? Or shall we instead spring over and attack her before she can wake? Oh, thank you, Mercurius. Thank you indeed. That's too Australian, isn't it? That's why you said good day earlier. Whereabouts in Australia are you from? I spent an hour in Brisbane and nearly 2 weeks in Sydney because my friend emigrated there in the late 90s. He met an Australian girl in London, chased her back to Sydney and got married, and I went over there for their wedding. They've now got 3 kids. Oh, you're in Brisbane. I spent an hour in your city. I was just waiting for a connecting flight. I was drunk as well. The flight, I went from London to Tokyo and down to Brisbane, and that flight from Tokyo down to Brisbane, the plane was almost empty. And it was Japan Airlines. I was sat at the back with 2 Australian surfers, and the air hostesses just kept bringing us beer. And we were like, well, yes. I had no idea what time of day it was. I didn't care. I was jet lagged all over the place, and drinking Sapporo lager at high altitude. We were a mess. So yeah, apparently it was very, very early in the morning. All I know, when I phoned my mate from Brisbane, he swore at me Yeah, because of what time it was. I had no idea what time it was. And then swore at me again when I told him I was in Brisbane and I needed a lift from the airport. I'll be in Sydney in an hour and a half. Come and pick me up. And when I got in his car, I said, "Oh, did you have a good stag party? Bucks night, as you call it over there." And he said, "No, I haven't had it yet." "Oh, when is it?" He looked at his watch. "In about 4 hours from now." Yeah. I don't have the stamina to even attempt that nowadays. Right, walk over and wake her. Wake her. Yeah, okay. 2, attack is too creepy. So 2 people reckon we should wake her up. So leave her in peace, wake her up, or attack her. Come on, we want more than 2 votes. Yes, you could say it was great timing, but I had all of about 3 hours sleep before 3 hours sleep, a little bit to eat, and then it was straight off into the middle of Sydney for the next 16 hours. Constant boozing. It was carnage, absolute carnage, as it should be. Things you can do when you're in your 20s that you can't do when you're 50 odd. Right, we've got another vote for attack. 1 vote for attack, but another vote for wake. So we're on 3 wake, 1 attack at the moment. So what time is it in Brisbane at the moment? 8 a.m., 9 a.m., around that time? Yes. Basically, before you turn 30, Iman, get monged as much as you can, because on whatever you like to do to get monged, because as soon as you turn 30, recovery takes twice as long. I only ever see 8:07 a.m. when I have to go to work. Otherwise, I'm there at 8:07 a.m. Okay, we are waking her. We are waking her up. 13139. Oh, oh, there we go. I'm going to get rid of the background thing. Where's this settings? Virtual background none. There we go. You just get a darkened room now. There we go. You wake up at 4 a.m. every day. I'm a night owl. 4 a.m. I've probably been asleep for 2 hours. I often go to bed about 1-ish and get to sleep about 2. You step over to the bed and shake the old woman gently, but as soon as you touch her withered skin, you jump back in horror. She is stone cold, dead. Add 2 fear points for the shock. You want 5 fear points out of a maximum of 12. As you stand by the bed shivering, a low moan comes from the body. Its eyelids flick open, and pure white eyes stare up at the ceiling. She has no pupils. Do you wish to see what will happen next? Or will you beat a hasty retreat and return to the passageway? Okay, so do we wait and see, or do we run away? 5, very precise, Jeb. 5:18 a.m. Very precise. Is that because you know exactly how long it takes for you to get ready to go out to work? To the minute. It's all mapped out. Run. Right, well, one vote for wait and see, one vote for run. This is Morgana. Her name is Morgana. We know that. Attack is not an option, Faith Cave. Either that or you're, if you want to attack, you're lagging. Faith Cave, if you hear this, you're lagging. Stare gormless at the animated corpse. Jeb says, wait. So we got 3 votes for wait. 1 vote for attack, 1 for staring gormlessly, which I'm going to take as a wait because that is staring gormlessly. That. My gormless face. My face is gormless at the best of times. All right, 246. You hear words coming from the old woman, yet her lips do not move. Stranger, how dare you invade the private bedchamber of the woman of the house? She asks. You stammer an apologetic reply. She then orders you, be gone, intruder. Leave an old woman to die in peace. Will you leave her as she wishes, or will you ask her for information about the house? That was my old woman voice. If you guessed. Can you see how wet and watery it is out there at the moment in the lights? A car going past in the murky, wet light. It looks like the rain stopped. Okay, 3 votes for asking questions. Query about the house. So 4, yeah, 4 votes. That's what you're going to say, isn't it? Yeah. 170. Hope she's not a level drainer. What business of yours is this house? She screams. If you will not go of your own accord, then my hounds will see you off. And if they cannot, I will do it myself. With these words, a wooden panel slides open in the wall. 2 huge Great Danes spring out and attack. We're going to fight 2 Great Danes. They're not very strong. British dogs. 8-5, sorry, that's a win for us. 3-5 is still a win because we've got a 4-point skill advantage. No, 6-9. That's okay, just about. So we've beaten the first dog. We've got a 5-point skill advantage over the second dog. 5-8. That's okay. 10-8. One more. 7-7. Our dice aren't rolling very high. But that's okay. That's okay. We have beaten the dogs. If you defeat the dogs, you may either leave the room or remain to search it. So leave or search. Up to you. I think I know what you're going to say. Try to think, what is the scariest mechanic? D&D's level drain or Cthulhu's sanity, where if you see undead, it usually costs you sanity points. Both of which are pretty rough. Pretty rough. Search this room. 19. You search the room while the old woman threatens you from her bed. You recognize some of the plants, as most of them are common house plants. The woman's voice goes frantic as you poke around a herb garden by the window. A thought dawns on you, and you turn to her, threatening to destroy her plants unless she is able to give you the information you require. She shrieks at the thought of you harming her plants and agrees. What do we ask her? Okay. What do we ask her? How to find a man in grey? Where are the secret rooms in the house? Or what are tonight's festivities? So ask about the man in grey, the secret rooms, or tonight's festivities. Those are your questions. Choose which one. Iman and Jeb dive straight in for the secret rooms. Dungeon Crawlers goes for secret rooms as well. Thief Keith reckons the Grey Man. Any more votes? If it rains overnight, I can guarantee you that my shop in the morning will have a big puddle on the floor. Leaky roof. Because the couple who live in the flat upstairs, there's a flat roof at the back, and the couple who live in the flat upstairs during the summer decided to have a barbecue on the flat roof and melted part of it, and that bit now leaks into our back office at the shop. That was wise, wasn't it? Yes. And they keep blocking our toilet as well. We're not the ones who flush nappies down there. Our shop, we sell these. You'd probably call it a store in America. We sell vapes. A retail outlet. These things. And that one. And that one. Being the manager of the shop, I get to meet a lot of reps who come around handing out freebies. Right, secret rooms. 3, 2, 1. Oh, there's all sorts. There's all sorts. Yeah, our toilets have blocked up 3 times in the last 2 years. Once was the previous tenant because he was flushing chip fat down there, by the looks of things. And this couple, no, we don't sell CBD products. Sorry, man. We used to, but we don't now. There isn't the call for them in our area. They're too expensive for the local clientele. They just want cheap shit in our area. Before I will answer, let's get the voice going. Before I will answer your question, she says, you must tell me something. What is my name? Do you know what her name is? If so, you'll have noted a reference number to turn to should you be asked this question. Turn to this reference. If you do not know her name, she will not answer your question, no matter what you threaten to do to her plants. CBD is legal here in the UK, yes. And there's a maximum THC level of something like 0.5% or something like that, so it's not going to have any effect at all. So CBD is legal, yeah. THC isn't. So we know her name is Morgana because there's Morgana in Abaddon. Turn to 88. She curses. Damn you, stranger, she hisses. All right then, I will answer your question. So we asked her about the secret rooms in the house. I've already done that. Secret rooms? She laughs. Why, this house is riddled with secret passageways and secret rooms. Most are in the cellar, though, but some of the upstairs passages lead to them. The most cunning secret room is the master's most trusted hiding place. It can only be reached by one way, and that is from under the stairs in the cellar. A password is needed, and I knew the old one, but it has recently been changed. Sheku will know the new password. The woman's eyes close, as if conversation has been a great strain. You leave her be and consider the information you've been given. When you're in a position to find the secret door in question under the cellar stairs, you may try to find it by deducting 10 from the reference you'll be on at the time. Good Gollum voice. Under stairs minus 10 ref. Okay. No other clue as to its location will be given. Secret door under cellar stairs. Under cellar stairs. Secret. Okay. Minus 10 ref. But first you must find the password. Leave the room by turning to 159, sorry. You will, dungeon crawlers, that's also my goblin voice. I have one sort of evil, snarly voice. That's basically it. Having explored most of the rooms upstairs, you decide to risk searching the ground floor. You follow the landing back around to the staircase and creep downstairs. Right. I'm going to make a note here. If we die downstairs, this is where we start again. because I think we've done upstairs pretty much bang on. You walk down the stairs cautiously, looking in every direction. There is no one about. In the hallway below, you may choose to try either a door on the left, a door on the right, or the front door. Not the front door. No, not the front door. Door on the left, door on the right, or front door. To the left, to the right. Step it up, it's all right. Hello, Jake Actual. Is that age, Jake, causing that? I mean, causes me to forget all sorts. 2 votes for left, 1 vote for right. No votes for front door this time, which it's good to see. We're playing this. Okay, so at the moment we have 2 lefts, 1 right. Unless Jake was just agreeing with what I was saying about it being age. So we've just gone downstairs in the house. There's a door on our left, a door on the right, and there's the front door. Agreement on the age comment. I've placed a checkpoint here on 132, which is this one, Iman. So if we do die now, we'll come back to this point. So it's 2-2 at the moment, the votes then. 2 left, 2 right. Anybody else gonna vote? No. Latecomers can get a vote. Latecomers can get a vote. No problem. Yes, the front door is eliminated. Yes. So we've got Do I prefer Theatre of the Mind or minis? Theatre of the Mind. I will use miniatures for when required for complex situations, but I generally prefer Theatre of the Mind, but it does depend on the quality of the communication between myself and the players. If I'm around a table and everybody and in a nice quiet environment and everybody's really well engaged, then Theatre of the Mind's perfect. But if it's a Friday night, everyone's had a long week at work, everyone's messing about a bit, there's kids and pets in the house, then we'll use a board. But I won't put any fixed distances on there. It'll just be a general layout. I don't do measurements. I don't. And when we play online, if I'm running Call of Cthulhu, I prefer to run it purely in Discord. If I'm running a D&D type game, I run it in Roll20. But what I like to do in there is the players draw their own map and move the tokens around. And if they make mistakes, they make mistakes. I don't preload a map into Roll20. The players will draw the map and move their tokens around. Right, so let me just check. Jeb went for right. Iman went for door on the left. Dungeon Crawlers went for right. Thief Keith went for left. Iman went right and then left. Jake says right. So it's the right door. We're going on the right door, not the left door. $285. But from experience, Call of Cthulhu, Mercurius says right as well. Call of Cthulhu, if I can get it to work when the players just hear my voice and they're all suitably engaged with not a lot going on in the background, that is perfect, because I like the tension of a horror game, and I think just being forced to listen to one voice describing and focus on it with no visuals, it means you conjure the images in your mind, and that's, for me, the best way of playing Call of Cthulhu. But D&D type games, it depends on the scenario. For a big battle, I will sketch something out. We'll put little locations to give general ideas of where people are, but there's no measurements, no squares. Our current fear score is 5 out of 12, Iman. Right. The door is locked. You may either try the door opposite or creep back along the hallway. So door opposite or go back along the hallway. So go to the door on the left, go along the hallway. Those are the options. Along the hallway or our original left door. But yeah, that door on the right was locked. Sorry. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3 going for the left-hand door. Jake wanting the back hallway. Being outvoted at the moment, it's 3-1 for the left door. Left door. Left door. So we're now at 4 votes for the left door and 1 for the going back on the hallway. And 6 lurking. Lurkers, cast your vote. What's odd at the moment is, you know, my live streamed some Dungeon Keeper the other night. That live stream is getting tons and tons of random views. I've never done a live play thing like that where I've had many views before, but it's lots of short views. So I'm hoping it's not bots, but at least it's getting clicks. Right, left door then, left door. It's not getting down votes either. This is all right. The door opens into a large but cosy drawing room. The dying embers of a warm fire burn in the hearth. Comfortable chairs are arranged around the fireplace. 2 glasses and a decanter stand on the glass-topped table between the chairs. There are plants in tall stands on either side of the windows, and there's another door next to the one you came in. Shall we explore the room further? Shall we leave through the other door, or shall we have a little drink from the decanter? So, explore further, leave through the other door, or drink from the decanter. Go on, have a little tipple. I've seen that Adventure Conquer King, the revised edition's coming out. If I hadn't made a decision to myself to be careful with my spending, I would have probably backed it. But there is the issue, I don't think I need it. Because I've got OSE, I've got the OSE box set, you know. I've got that. And that's all the old school basic clone, expert clone that I need, along with my old AD&D books and my copy of Osric. Do I need another retro clone? And I don't think my players who I play face to face with are interested in the domain style play that Adventure Conquer King pushes forward. So while I'm interested in the contents of it, I don't think I'd get the use out of it. Plus, whether I can justify the money or not. Okay, we've got 3 for drinking. Jake doesn't want to know the drink. But 3 people have said drink already. I will be in. Yeah, it looks interesting. I mean, I'll be finishing the stream in 7 minutes anyway. I'm curious. I don't like to eat into Legion of Myth because Legion of Myth he's been good enough to have me on his stream 4 or 5 times, and he came on my stream not that long ago. I get on pretty well with Max, so I try not to clash. Try and find my own little spot in between, which doesn't overrun with otherwise established streams. But yeah, I like to finish about 11:45, make myself a drink, and then I usually, before I go to bed, watch the first 20 minutes, half hour of Legion of Myth before I doze off. I've got work the next day usually. I'll stay up a bit later if I'm not working. Drink then. 292. You pour a measure of the deep brown liquid into one of the glasses and hold it up. It looks safe enough, so you take a sip. Delicious. The brandy warms you inside as it slips down, and you may add 3 stamina points. 2, because we've lost 2. You spy a hip flask on a shelf in one corner. You may take some of the brandy with you if you wish. Yes, so we're going to have a hip flask with brandy. There we go. Now you can look around the room. Do you wish to examine the corner shelf where you just found the hip flask, or the fireplace and the mantelpiece, or will you leave this room? So examine the corner shelf where we found the hip flask. Will we examine the fireplace and mantelpiece, or will we leave this room? My main budgetary restraint comes from the fact that I recently saved up and got myself a decent car. I've been driving old bangers for quite a while, and I'd saved up about 60% of the price of this car, and my father-in-law lent me the rest of the money to get it, and I'm paying him back at the moment. It's going to take me about a year to pay him back. Once that's paid back, I'll have a decent amount of disposable income, but until then, I'm making sure he gets the money back. So I bought myself a Hyundai i40 1.7 turbo diesel. It's the estate, so it's got lots of room, lots of gadgets. It's nice and comfortable, really good on fuel. All the Bluetooth and stuff. 136 brake horsepower, so it's nice and quick as well. But I've been driving bangers for years, so I thought I needed something decent, and I have got something decent now. It's very nice. I like it. But it was £7,500. Right, examine the fireplace. Diesel's expensive, about £1.55 a litre. So for a UK gallon, £1.55 is about £7 a gallon. But its fuel economy, it pushes 50 miles to the gallon. So it's even though diesel's not cheap, it's cheaper. If I was to run a similarly powered petrol car of a similar size, it would cost me a lot more in fuel. My previous 1.5 petrol that I got before, which was a smaller car, did about 30 miles to the gallon. Yeah, very good fuel economy. So even though petrol is a lot cheaper, or gas as you call it, is a lot cheaper than diesel, if you can get a car with an economical engine, then you save money on the diesel. Fireplace and mantelpiece. It's smooth as silk to drive as well. It really is. A fine carriage clock sits in the centre of an elaborately carved wooden mantelpiece. A number of letters are jammed in behind the clock, and you reach for them. As you do so, your sleeve catches one of the carved images in the woodwork, and it moves. You lean forward to examine it. It is a small, carved demonic face, which can be moved sideways. Do you wish to see what lies behind the wooden face, or will you read through the letters? Yeah, it's about a 10p difference, about 10 pence difference between petrol and diesel. So people think that is soon swallowed up by the fact that a diesel car is about 25% more economical, typically. A good diesel is. So we've got 2 for behind the wooden face. No one's voted for letters yet. 3 for the face. None for the letters. 4 for face. 1 for invade privacy and read letters. This will be the last choice of the stream tonight. Yeah, there's 4.5 litres in a British gallon. A British gallon is slightly bigger than a US gallon. 1.57, I think it was, at the petrol station I went past earlier. £1.57. So yeah, it's about £7. 4 votes for face, 2 votes. Yeah, 4.54. There you go. Absolutely. 4 votes for face, 2 votes for letters at the moment. Last choice of the night. I'll give everyone a chance to vote. But at the moment, it looks like we're looking behind the face. think a US gallon is about 4 litres. I know, because the US ounce is smaller. Thus your pint is smaller. We get more beer. Yeah. Our local, it's 150 and 157, or 148 and 157, something like that. But that's if I go to a particular supermarket, which is on the way to my gaming group on a Monday night. I always stop there. So it's about 5p cheaper than everywhere else. Right, we're looking behind the wooden face. 85. This is the last one reading tonight. Okay. I used Shell in my rally car for their high octane variant. The little carving moves to reveal a button set into the mantelpiece behind it. You consider whether or not to press the button. As you are deep in thought, you do not notice what is happening to the fire. In the grate, the fire has come back to life. Strong flames are licking the chimney and considerable heat is being given off. You feel the heat and step backwards. As you do so, 2 small figures leap up from the fire and face you. These fire sprites are small. They come up to your knees, but their flaming bodies burn with the vigor of the fire from which they arose. They hover in the air just above the carpet, for if they touch anything, it bursts into flame. And that's where we leave it. Okay, so 132 is our restart if die point, but tonight we have finished on 85. I used to use the petrol I used to put in my rally car was the 99 octane one. Yes, it's number 85. The 99 octane fuel, the super unleaded. Which is the highest legal octane level. Just get a bit more bang from the engine. Start next week with the sprites. Indeedy. Indeedy. Oh, I've just clattered my microphone again. Sorry. Right. So I'm going to call it there. I'm going to make myself a drink and listen to Legion of Myth for about 15-20 minutes before I get to bed because I'll work tomorrow. But hopefully I'm on. Hopefully. But thank you all for joining me in chat tonight. We've made a lot of progress, and maybe we can complete this on the Friday before Halloween, which would be marvelous. I've never finished this book before. So thank you all for joining me. As you know, I am the Old Geek, one of many old geeks. We're all old geeks. And I'll be back. I'll probably stream a game on Monday or Tuesday, depending on whether my Monday group meets up this week or not. Maybe Tuesday. We shall see. Right. Cheers all. See you later.